Check, check. How's everybody doing? It's Gboogie from gboogie.net. Just letting everybody, wanting to wish everybody, happy New Year. Excuse me. And let everybody know that business credit is still alive in the 2010. Um, this would be like the first official YouTube video that I post in New Year, and basically letting everybody know that the techniques still work to this day. Nothing's really changed. The things that have changed are behind the scenes, as far as banks changing, companies changing, underwriters changing policy. Well, basically underwriters. Whoever, like, say if Citibank is backing Home Depot, when I say switch underwriters, that would mean something like Chase Bank may start backing their cards instead of Citibank. That's what I mean by that. That's just an example. Um, but other things have happened, like at Home Depot Expo stores closing, CIT getting in, CIT Group getting on the ropes, getting in real trouble. Um, Black and Decker got bought out. Sprint Embark changed the name again. Um, oh man, I want to say there's some more big financial places that have actually downsized a lot, but for the most part, like that's the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. That if you're into that, if you're into that or need to be into that, you're probably already privy to that information in the first place. But those that aren't, just to let them know that this is the stuff that affects, it all rolls downhill and the money goes up. So this is just to let you know that the techniques, the tactics still work. The reason what we do and what we teach it still works is because it's something that is more legal than anything. It has to do more with lawyering and accounting, which is why it's still viable. That's why it's the same. Let me see if I can give you a comparison. It's kind of similar to being able to incorporate your own business yourself without a lawyer. When it was once upon a time, nobody would think that was even possible. People would rather give the lawyers $1,000 than it dropped down to $800. I think now in most states it's $500. When like in Florida, you can set up a corp for $80. You can order your corporate kit online for $30. So $120 to get you incorporated. It's that kind of stuff. It's just what we teach. Mostly lawyers and accountants know about it, or people, or business graduates, and none of these people have a reason to put this information out, because with the internet being what it is, you figure anything that has to do with anything can be found somewhere online. But what we teach, you can only find references to it. There's no books on it. There's no, and we don't intend to put a book out on it. But there's no book. There's no direct instructions. There's no step by step at all on the internet whatsoever. I mean, even when you pay certain people on the internet, boot camps and all that, they don't even really tell you anything. Either they're taking you as a client and they're claiming to do the work for you, or they'll give you a small step-by-step thing and have you waiting. But there's nothing insider about any of it. It's all basic press and go. So it's like So that's the difference in the information that we share. You can't Google it out. It's all insider stuff. You have to be in the banking and mortgages, that kind of stuff. So that way how the paperwork how the paperwork works. The reason for it. When things show up on your credit report, how and why. And it's usually the knowing the how and why that really makes it real valuable, because that way, if you can understand the cause and effect from everything, you know how to affect the cause. so basically, that's just what I want to let everybody know. It's still the same thing, even though it's January 2010. It's still the same thing. The money is still where the money's at. Like, where we direct you to get it, that's where it's at. So it's not really anything more that can be said about that. Only thing I can think of is I just wanted to reassure everybody that um, we're still here. Website's been up for over a year. I've been doing this in my personal life for 16 years straight. We've been working for this one company for 12 years, last 12 years, but for 16 years, even counting the first 3 when I was just doing strictly personal credit. Like, I've been in this field like all this time. Like, no side jobs in between, just strictly this. So we know exactly what we're talking about. I had a guy ask me the other day. He said, "Well, because like most people that come in late, they don't really understand the story of how the website started and how all this stuff even got started. But he asked me, it's like if you know, if we know all this stuff, like why are we like selling, you know, basically giving away the information? Or I think he used the word selling. I was letting him know like it was free. It was just there, but it was just scammers coming in and stuff like that. So we just charged a minimal fee just to separate it. That's not going to really separate a determined scammer. I mean, it was $50 to learn something that you could run off and start your own franchise with. You know what I'm saying? And you get that back. Or your first cash card or your first gift card, you get that back. But it still, trust me, it deters a lot of lazy people that keep coming back to the site trying to find a free way in. Which is nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you a little bit of determination and some ingenuity, a lot of ambition, you keep digging, you may be able to find a free way in. But we just figured we'd still unroll the members area information slowly, like after all the members have a chance to take advantage of it before the world jumps on it and runs off with it. But as I said, it's still very, very valid, very viable to this day. Nothing on that end has changed at all. It's just the companies and their lending practices that have changed a little bit based on their banks that were underwriting them, whether they took bailout money or not. Really, whether people know it or not, that's like a strong motivator for them. Like once they took bailout money, you got a government guy over your shoulder, and they making the banks, excuse me, making the banks responsible for bad loans now. So you can't just freely lend because you have money to lend, and and it's insured and the government's going to take care of it. There's no more of that. So all that means is it becomes less automated and more a human being looking at your file and judging whether or not actually judging your lendability. So that's pretty much it. With Gboogie from gboogie.net, stopped off on the side. Long night driving, hit one of these truck stop hotels real quick, get me some sleep. Oh yeah, and the mafia's still going too. Still looking for soldiers for that. Like we always got openings for soldiers. Well, not always, but we got a slot for 5 soldiers right now. And I might as well talk about this then real quick too. Explaining what it is. I think I did make some videos explaining it. But what we have is like a set of businesses, which we call it mafia because it's patterned after like the old media version of the Italian organized crime. And this is no offense to any Italians or Italian Americans at all. It's just we're basing off of Hollywood's version, So it's just a set of businesses where capos come in and run businesses already set up, and soldiers basically capos are management, middle management, and soldiers are the ones that actually do the marketing for the companies, and everybody gets a piece of the pie. No experience is needed. All the materials will be provided for you. It doesn't cost anything to join. All you do is basically send emails in and say you're interested. Ask for more details. You'll get more details and see if it's something for you. But got a couple of single moms, single parents and stuff like that signed up. Got some teenage kids and stuff like that signed up. Because I mean, we can make $400 or $500 a week just from 2 days worth of work. Like and you could live off that 2 days worth of work. You could probably skate for 3 or 4 months. So that's all it's about. It's about putting the marketing effort out. Like I give you a good example. Like there's videos up that I put up that are from last year. But people still watch them. So if you put the right material out, it'll be current forever. You know what I'm saying? So you get residuals off of that. The capo's middle management, he gets residuals. He or she gets residuals off of the work they put in, and it goes up the chain. So it's kind of like that. It's kind of like affiliate marketing, but it's more business than marketing. Okay. And I guess that's it. This thing gonna let you record for 10 minutes, and I'm at 9:30 right now. So just with that being said, any interested parties, come to the website, leave an email. And to everyone else, we'll see y'all on the website. And I hope everybody has a real powerful 2010 and beyond.